Praise Yah, everybody. The Torah reading for this week is going to be Deuteronomy 3:23 to 7:11. 3:23 to 7:11. Today we're going to read 3 and maybe 4. So we start off 3:23. And I prayed to Yah for favor at that time, saying, Adonai Yah, you have begun to show your servant your greatness and your mighty hand. For who is El in the heavens and the earth, who can do according to your works, according to your might? Please let me pass over the good land, which is beyond the Jordan, this good hill country, and Lebanon. But Yah was angry with me on your account and would not listen to me. And Yah said to me, let it be enough for you. Do not speak any more about this thing. Go up to the top of Pisgah and lift up your eyes westward and northward and southward and eastward, and see with your eyes, for you shall not cross over this Jordan. And command Joshua and make him strong and make him brave, for he shall cross over before this people, and he shall cause them to inherit the land which you shall see. So we stayed in the valley across from Beth Peor. That was the end of chapter 3 of Deuteronomy. Now we're going to read chapter 4. And now, Israel, listen to the statutes and to the judgments which I am teaching you to do, so that you may live and go in and possess the land which Yah your Elohim of your fathers has given to you. You shall not add to the word which I command you, nor take from it, to keep the commandments of Yah your Elohim which I command you. Your eyes have seen that which Yah has done in Baal Peor. For Yah your Elohim has destroyed them from among you, the men that followed Baal Peor. And those of you clinging to Yah your Elohim are alive today, all of you. See, I have taught you statutes and ordinances, as Yah my Elohim has commanded me, to do them in the midst of the land where you are going in to possess it. And you shall keep and do them, for it shall be your wisdom and your understanding before the eyes of the people who hear all these statutes. And they shall say, this great nation is a people wise and understanding. For who is a great nation whose Elohim is coming near to them, as Yah your Elohim is in all our calling to him? And who is a great nation whose statutes and judgments are as righteous as the Torah, which I set before you today? Only be on guard for yourselves and keep your soul carefully, that you do not forget these things which your eyes have seen, and that they do not depart from your heart all the days of your life. And you shall make them known to your sons and to your sons' sons. We're up to verse 10. The day that you stood before Yah your Elohim in Horah, when Yah said to me, gather the people to me, and I will make them hear my words, that they may have fear me all the days they live on the earth, and that they may teach their sons. And you drew near and stayed and stood below the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire to the heart of the heavens, darkness, cloud, and thick gloom. And Yah spoke to you out of the midst of the fire. You heard the sound of words, but you did not see a form, only a voice. And he declared his covenant to you, which he has commanded to you to do, the 10 words, and he wrote them on tablets of stone. And Yah commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments for you to do them in the land which you shall pass over to possess it. Therefore you shall carefully be on guard for your souls, for you have not seen any likeness in the day Yah spoke to you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest you act corruptly and make for yourselves a carved image, a likeness of any figure, the shape of a male or female, the shape of an animal, in any animal in the earth, the shape of any wiggled bird, the flies in the heaven, or that flies in the heavens, the shape of the creeping thing on the ground, the shape of any fish in the waters under the earth, and that you not lift up your eyes towards the heavens, and shall see the sun and the moon and the stars, all the host of the heavens, and you be drawn away, and and worship them and serve them, which Yah your Elohim has allotted to all the peoples under the heavens. We're up to verse 20. And Yah has taken you and has brought you out forth the iron furnace out of Egypt to be a people to him, an inheritance as it is to this day. And Yah was angry with me because your words, and I swore I would not pass over the Jordan, and that I might not go into the good land, which Yah your Elohim is given to you as an inheritance. For I will not be in this land. I shall not pass over the Jordan, but you shall pass over and shall possess this good land. Be on guard for yourselves, that you do not forget the covenant which Yah your Elohim, which he has made with you, and make to yourselves a graven image, a likeness of anything which Yah your Elohim has forbidden you. For Yah your Elohim is a consuming fire. He is a jealous El. When your father's sons and your sons' sons and when you father's sons and sons' sons, and you have been long in the land and have dealt corruptibly, and have made a graven image, a likeness of anything, and have done evil in the sight of Yah your Elohim to provoke him to anger, I call the heavens and the earth to witness against you today, that you shall soon utterly perish from off the land to which you go over to the Jordan to possess it. You shall not prolong your days on it, but you shall utterly be destroyed. And Yah shall scatter you among the people, and you shall be least few in the number among the nations to which Yah shall lead you away. And there you shall serve other gods, the work of a man's hands, wood and stone, which cannot see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. And you shall seek Yah your Elohim from there. Then you shall find him, if you seek him with your whole heart and with your soul. We're up to verse 30. In your distress, when all these things have found you in the latter days, then you shall return to Yah your Elohim and shall listen to his voice. For Yah your El is a merciful Elohim. He will not forsake you and destroy you, nor forget the covenant of your fathers, which he swore to them. For ask now of the days past, which were before you, since the day that Elohim created man on the earth, and from the one end of the heavens to the other end of the heavens, which there has been a thing as great as this, or has anything like it been heard? And has a people heard the voice of Elohim speaking from the midst of the fire, as you have heard and lived? Or has Elohim gone forth to take himself a nation from the midst of a nation, by trials, by signs, and by wonders, and by war, and by mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm, and by great terrors, according to all Yah your Elohim did for you in Egypt before your eyes? To you it was revealed, so that you might know that Yah, he is the Elohim, and nothing exists without him. He made you hear his voice out of the heavens, that he might discipline you, and he made you see his great fire on the earth, and you heard his word from the midst of the fire. And because he loved your fathers and chose their seed after them, and brought you out with his presence, with his great power out of the Egypt, in order to drive out the nations greater and mightier than you from before you, to bring you in, to give their land for an inheritance, as it is to this day. Know today and lay it to your heart, that Yah, he is the Elohim of the heavens above and the earth beneath, nothing else. And you shall keep his statutes and his commandments, which I commanding you today, so that it may be well with you and with your sons after you, and so that you may prolong your days on the earth, which Yah our Elohim is given to you all these days. We're up to verse 41. Then Moses separated 3 cities beyond the Jordan towards the sun rising, that the manslayer might flee there, he who killed his neighbor unawares and did not hate him in times before, and that he fleeing to one of these cities may live. Bizarre, the wilderness, in the tableland for the Reubenites, and Ramoth and Gilead for the Gadonites, and Golan and Bashan for the Mennonites. And this is the Torah which Moses set before the sons of Israel. These are the testimonials and the statutes and the ordinances which Moses spoke to the sons of Israel when they came out of Egypt, beyond the Jordan in the valley opposite Beth Peor, in the land of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who lived in Heshbon, whom Moses and the sons of Israel struck when they came out of Egypt, and they took possession of his land, and the land of Og, and the king of Bashan, and the 2 kings of the Amorites, who were beyond the Jordan towards the sun rising, from Aurora, which is on the edge of the river Arnon, even to Mount Sion, which is Hermon, and all the Arabah beyond the Jordan eastward, even to the Sea of Arabah, under the slopes of Pisgah. We're up to verse 50. Well, no, we're not. That's the end. That's the end of Deuteronomy chapter 4. Tomorrow we'll be reading Deuteronomy chapter 5. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me in reading this. You all have a blessed day. Yah be with you this day and always. And shalom, shalom.